our next project, we're going to do a smile project, and we're going to make the eye and smile a palm tree. So you're going to need a pencil and then a Sharpie and then some paints, or if you don't have, I'm going to use watercolor and Crayola, but if you don't have watercolor and Crayola, you could use markers or crayons, anything that you have. Colored pencils would look great. So what we're going to do is we're going to put smile along the bottom of my paper, and I just have plain paper. And then we're going to make the eye and smile into a palm tree. Now I also posted a video of how to make a palm tree earlier. You could practice using that video or do whatever you'd like. Or just you can make some palm trees, they're fun to make. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my pencil, and I'm going to write smile along the bottom. Now smile has 5 letters in it, the middle being the I. So I'm going to draw that I first. And I'm going to draw it right along the bottom of my paper. And then I'm going to draw my L. And then my E. And then on the left side, I'm going to draw the M. And the S. Now I'm just drawing them regular letters right now because when I use the Sharpie to outline, I'll give them a little style. But I'm going to make this eye into a palm tree now. So what I'm going to do, the long eye is going to become the trunk, and I'm just going to make another line right next to it. So there's my trunk of my tree. On top of the trunk of the tree, I am going to make some like rainbows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However many could fit, and it should go a little bit above our smile. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the palms to make the leaves of the palms. So I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm just going to make lines going directly down. And I'm not doing too many lines because when I outline it, I'll add more. And I'm going to do for each palm. I'm just doing lines directly down. And as I get to the end of the rainbow, I make the palms a little shorter. I'm gonna put some grass on the bottom here. All right, so there we have just our simple smile. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find my Sharpie. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to outline my palm tree. There, I have my trunk. I went in a couple times. Looks a little funky. I'm gonna make some grass in my bottom. Next, I'm gonna outline my palms. So do those rainbows and then fill them in. And I'm gonna do the next one. If you don't quite go over your pencil lines, that's okay. I'm outside, so if you hear people talking, they're just walking on by. And I'm gonna go do this one. And this one. So if you only have 4 palms out, that's fine. I'm actually gonna put a little one going up this way too. And what I'm just gonna do now is I'm gonna take my eraser and erase all my lines. So I just took my eraser and erased some of the pencil lines. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and make the other letters just a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna take my Sharpie. I have a thick Sharpie, but a thin Sharpie works. You'll just have to put like a few more layers. And I'm just like building upon this so it almost looks like bubble letters. Bubble letters. And this is a good way to like learn how to do bubble letters too, like make regular letters and then just take a marker and like outline them a couple times. I don't know what I have underneath here. go over it a couple of times. Apply. I'm going to go to the other side. I got my little smile. Beautiful. I'm actually going to color in this trunk black, just so it matches the rest of the letters. And what I'm going to do in my background, I'm just going to use Craypas and watercolor. And so since it's a sunset and salt air camp, I'm just going to make a sunset. So I'm going to take my Craypas. So I'm not gonna, maybe I'll make a sunset. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make like a sun setting over to the side. So I'm gonna take my blue. You don't have to do the, you could do whatever you want in your background. And I'm just gonna make like a blue horizon line. Blue horizon line, and then I'm gonna take my yellow. And I'm going to make the sun setting. And since that's such a bright yellow, I'm going to just add a little white on top of it. And while I have the white too, I'm going to add some clouds in my sky. You're not really going to see the clouds when you use the white, but when you paint them, you'll see them. And you're not going to be able to see them as I'm doing it, so it doesn't even matter. All right, so the first, I'm going to make this sky like all different warm colors. So I'm going to do like orangey pinks and reds, and then I'll just do the bottom blue. So I have some watercolors. They're not the best watercolors, they're a little dirty. So what I'm gonna do, I'll do this, the bottom portion first, and you're gonna need some, I'm gonna do like a wet on wet technique. So it's gonna be wet paper with wet paint going on top. And I'm just using a big brush because that's what I have, and it's just, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on the bottom half, I'm just gonna put water on the whole thing. And the water shouldn't bother the Sharpie marker, and it won't bother the Craypas. So I'm gonna put water on the whole lower half. So then I am gonna take some blue, and I want it to be pretty light, and I'm gonna take some blue, and I'm just gonna put some blue. And since the paper's already wet, like the paint will travel a little. You'll get different shades of blues. Put some over here. And watercolors always need water when you are using them. So that's gonna represent my water. And then just along the bottom, I'm actually gonna put some clean water, and then I'm gonna put some yellow into it. So it represents the sand. And you can do whatever colors you want, because now I'm thinking in the sky, I'll go from like pink to purple. Then we have a little sand on the bottom. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting clean water on my sky. And when I put water down first, the colors just blend easier. There's usually, the color will travel. Like, see how it just broke away right there and some of the colors traveling up? That's okay. I'm going to take this red, which actually comes out pinky. I'm gonna make it pink on the bottom. See how it's like traveling? Ooh, you can't even see that. It's traveling along. And a little color will actually go a long way in this project, especially if you're using watercolors. So there, one of my clouds is coming up. Move this down. So I did my bottom half of my sky with that red. Now I'm going to make the top half purple. So I'm going to put some water, and this will carry some of the red, will travel up into my top part. But since I'm using purple and red and blue make purple, I'm going to move this down even a little more so you can see my top of my paper. There we have our little smile painting. Move it up. So I'm gonna let this dry and then I'll take a picture of it and post it. But I want you to take a picture of your final result too and email it to us so we see what you guys are doing, because even though we are apart, we could still see each other's artworks and be like kind of together virtually. I hope you're having a good one and I hope you're smiling.